Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 2 p.m. news and weather updates from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got some rough news to bring to you out of Raleigh, where we have two new reports of people dying from the flu. The Department of Health and Human Services says the number of deaths for flu season now stands at 4. 3 of those deaths are people 65 years or older, and 1 is between 50 and 64 years old. DHHS added a death that happened for the week ending on October 25th and another for last week. The first death this season happened during the week ending October 4th and another the week ending October 18th. Now, DHHS is urging everyone 6 months and older to get the flu and COVID-19 vaccines. Adults 60 and older, along with pregnant women, are encouraged to talk to their providers about RSV vaccination options. Last season, 544 people died from the flu, the highest number since 2009. And now I want to turn our attention to the massive plane crash that shut down the airport in Louisville yesterday. NBC's Adrian Brodus has more from Kentucky.
This morning, devastating video showing the moment a plane crashed in Louisville.
So there was a huge explosion, believed to be a plane crash, huge fire and smoke. Arson Aid is responding as well.
Video showing the UPS cargo plane smoking. It crashed shortly after takeoff, creating a massive fireball spreading to several businesses on the ground.
We need to get near the scene there and assess the situation.
The flight on its way to Honolulu took off from Muhammad Ali Airport, carrying about 38,000 gallons of jet fuel. Officials confirming 7 people were killed, including all 3 crew members on board. Authorities ordering a shelter in place on Tuesday for a 5-mile radius around the crash site. As thick plumes of black smoke spread across the sky, fire crews battled flames for hours, trying to contain the blaze. It consumed several businesses on the ground. UPS, which has a major hub in Louisville, releasing a statement overnight extending its, quote, heartfelt thoughts to everyone involved, adding it's working with the NTSB investigation and is in close contact with the FAA. Sean Garber owns a recycling business near the airport.
The manager saw the ball of fire coming towards him, and he tackled our general manager, and when they stood up, there was literally fire and flames around them.
Now, with the preliminary investigation underway, a community hurting and ready to help.
Tough day for Kentucky. We've always banded together. We will again.
And again, that was Adrian Brodus reporting. We now want to turn to your weather forecast. Looking at sunny skies right now across the east, but we've got warmer weather on the way for this coming weekend, along with rain showers and a massive temperature drop that it's gonna make it feel like we're closing in on Christmas pretty soon. I know, obviously, my wife has told me that Christmas music has already started to play across radio waves. Well, we're going to have the temperatures to go along with those tunes. Not today, not tomorrow, but by the time we get to next week, we're going to be talking about freezing temperatures across eastern North Carolina. Right now, we've got 73 degrees in Greenville, southwesterly wind at 15 miles an hour. I think that's it. Would you look at that? Up in the sky, top part of your screen. It's just going out of focus, but there is the Goodyear blimp making its way closer and closer to Pitt Greenville Airport. At least I'm assuming that's the Goodyear blimp. We're expecting the Goodyear blimp at Greenville, but hard to tell if that's riding on the side there. How many blimps, though, are really expected to roll across PGV's tarmac today? Probably not many. Here's a look at what we're looking at temperature-wise across the area. Right now, most of us in the low to mid 70s. A few of us still hanging on to the upper 60s. Regardless, we are going to be cooler across the board tomorrow because we're losing out on this, your southwesterly winds. Right now, coming in at about 10 to 15 miles an hour sustained. There's certainly several areas with wind speeds that exceed that 15 mile per hour max. We're right now actually looking at 24 mile an hour max, or not maximum, 24-hour sustained winds, 24-hour mile per hour sustained winds. Goodness, struggling today, but here's what we've got coming up over the next few hours and through tonight. This is important because For today, southwesterly winds lead to more heat, lead to more warmth. What's really going to drive that cool down is the winds shifting along a cold front that will move through the area early tomorrow morning. Those northerly winds will stick with us, well, north to northeasterly winds will stick with us through the day tomorrow. They're going to weaken overnight Thursday night into Friday, which will allow them to shift a little bit more southeasterly as we wake up Friday. But what it's going to do is create much cooler conditions for your Thursday than what we're experiencing so far today. As we head into this evening, likely looking at temperatures kind of holding in the low 60s to upper 50s as we approach midnight tonight. Tomorrow morning, not really getting all that chilly, 52 degrees. The problem is that we're really not going to get all that warm. Air temperatures are probably only going to rise about maybe 15 degrees from tomorrow morning's low to the afternoon high. By noon, we're sitting around 64 degrees, and then right now we've got your high temperature sitting at about 65 degrees. Lots of sunshine. That's not changing. Certainly not changing anytime soon, at least until we get into the weekend. But again, air temperatures are going to continue to ride the proverbial roller coaster, if you will, thanks to a cold front rolling across the east late tonight into the early hours of tomorrow. No rain showers, no cloud cover with that cold front, but we'll see a shift in winds, and we will also see air temperatures come down a bit. Then this is the front, the one you're seeing across Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, and even Michigan. That is the one that will unlock those freezing temperatures as we head into next week. You can take a look at what it's going to do by looking at our 850 millibar map. This highlights, again, air temperatures in the mid to low levels of the atmosphere, but you can see just that big plume of very cold air sinking its way southward across the Great Lakes, making it almost to the Gulf of Mexico. Right there you see it kind of cruising up along the Gulf Coast. That cold air will be able to circumvent the mountains and make it into eastern North Carolina, giving us our first opportunity for a freeze Monday night into Tuesday morning of next week. That's why it's highlighted in red, first alert weather day status for those cold temperatures. We'll see those cold temperatures repeat again Tuesday night into Wednesday, maybe a touch warmer, but still near freezing. And it's again going to be plenty sunny coming up next week despite the cold air temperatures. Now, coming up today at 2 o'clock right here on the First Alert Desk, we're going to be highlighting a new study on the El Nino Southern Oscillation and its correlation and how it may be impacted by increasing global temperatures coming up at 2:30. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you back here coming up in just under about 20 minutes or so. Until then, I hope you again have a fantastic Wednesday. We'll see you in a bit.